Hi, good morning, welcome. My name is FeleciaMarie and this is True Moon Tarot. We are going to get into a little random chat, see what messages we can pick up. This is the Halloween Oracle by Stacy, Demarco. Okay, let me double check one thing. Make sure I'm not going to forget anything from that one. Okay, so with our oracle cards here, this is the Night Song, which is Hidden Talents. Spider, which is Community and Web Weaving. And then we have the Lamp, which is Remembrance. So in these three cards, it's apparent to me that for you particularly, there is a almost like a gift that you've kind of forgotten about. Maybe it's something that you used to do a lot when you were little, something that was easier for you to not necessarily control, but to quote unquote understand when you were little. Well, y'all should be nice. If you're gonna play, don't be mean. What was I saying? Oh, whereas spider with the community in web weaving, it's someone may have nurtured that for you, but it may not have been the appropriate way that you yourself needed to be nurtured in said situation. And then with the last card of remembrance, that actually goes along with the death card here, because it's a message, so to speak, for you to not lose sight of where you were, where you came from, how you got there, right? We also have from my Akashic Records deck by Sharon Killinger and Sandra Taylor, we have two cards here. We have the King of Horses, which is the one that I was reading about because I don't really use these cards that often. And then we have the Intricacies and Industry. So with these ones, and then the rest of our spread is the Nine of Wands, the Death card, the Hanged Man, and then the last card out was the Two of Wands card. So with this spread, it is abundant that not only are you stepping into a new aspect of your powers or your gifts, but you're coming to a better understanding of it. You have found a new way to have this balance within your life, regardless of whether or not that is apparent to you. Your soul, your guides, your spirit is working on that balance, whether you are or not. With the Nine of Wands card here, it seems to me like you have been taking your time cultivating what it is that's most important to you. You've been taking your time working on your manifestations, on the way you wanted your path to go. Let me double check on that one real quick. With the Death card, the Hanged Man, and the Two of Wands card, to me, like I said, it's abundant that you're coming into some sort of wholeness with your halves. Like I said, I don't think it's necessarily, like you and another person. I think this is specifically for you and the two halves of yourself that are coming together. Okay, yeah, so with the Nine of Wands, there's one more obstacle that, you haven't finished, you haven't come to terms with, you haven't overcome yet. And so with this message, it's saying you're almost there. There's one more thing that you have to do before your manifestations come into effect, before your dreams come into effect. They want to remind you, though, that these dreams, the way of life that is going to be coming for you is not something that you can just go with the flow for. Your whole life that you've had up until now has been preparing you for the activation of your gifts, right? So who's to say that it hasn't prepared you for the life that comes with it, right? We also have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck, which speaks to, I wanted to say royalty, even though I know that that's not what it is, but it's appearance, abundance, like the Pope, regal almost. You are standing in your own way of that. I have a feeling for some of you, your last obstacle is going to be you. It's your fears, your doubts, your worries, your subconscious thoughts. Yeah, see, we have the Devil in the world here. You think that there's so much on you. You feel like you have so much pressure and so much work that needs to be done. So you're constantly pushing yourself and you're constantly living up to all these expectations that people have for you. And while that's a good thing, you're tearing yourself down on the inside and you're not actually accomplishing your true goals. Let's see, give me... Okay, yeah. With the World card here, I asked for a descriptor. We have the King of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, which the Nine of Pentacles also speaks towards balance. It's balance with your actions, balance with outside forces, balance on how you control the things that affect your life, right? In the 4D, whereas the King of Pentacles is all about abundance. It's all about knowing what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and to get the greatest reward from it. So you have two sides to yourself, right? You have this one side who is strong and independent, and in this King of Pentacles and this Nine of Pentacles and this Two of Wands aspect, you are so close to merging your two halves into one. But then there's this other side of you that's worried, what if I do? What happens if I do merge these two sides? Am I going to be the same? Am I going to be me? And is what happens if I can't control my gifts? What happens if I don't know how to use my stuff properly, right? You better not be chewing on my plant. It's gonna hurt you. It's poisonous. And then we have the Tower card. So yeah, so once you come into realization with whatever obstacle it is that you're holding back for yourself, that being acknowledging of it and knowing where things are wrong, that's what's going to jumpstart your Tower moment. That's what's going to bring in this new aspect for you, bring in this new life for you, bring in this new energy, right? And then more abundant, we have the Eight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, so you are literally in your own way. You are your own obstacle. You are stopping yourself. So ask yourself truly, what is it that I'm afraid of? What is it that I'm worried about? What is it that I'm so concerned will disrupt our way of life that I'm letting it affect the energy, not only around me, but the energy I put out into the world? So what is it? Why is it so fearful? Why am I so worried, right? This is the Nine of Swords card, which is about nightmares, pressures, worrying, being trapped in a cage, worrying that you're not fulfilling your expectations, you're not fulfilling your destiny. So why are you so worried? Do you really think that you're not going to accomplish all of the things that you have? Do you really think you're not going to be as abundant as you are? Let me get a positive. Let's get an oracle card to end this reading out. Something good, something positive. A message from our guides to us. Okay, so we have the Veil and the Witch. So the future and the earthly weaver of worlds. So with the future card and it being the Veil card, they want you to almost go with the flow. Don't be so hell-bent on the future, because while the future is something that we can't control, the future is something that we can have an impact on right now in our present, right? The way that we carry ourselves, the best way to manifest something is to act like you already have it, right? That's acting like you have it while living in your present. So with the Veil in the future, they want you to know that it's okay to not know what's going on. It's okay to not be able to see the bigger picture. That sometimes you just have to take a moment and enjoy yourself. With the Witch, the earthly weaver of worlds, they want to remind you that it doesn't matter what you're worried about. It doesn't matter what you're scared about. What matters is the intention that you set for your life, the intention that you have for yourself. Are you going to remain positive? Are you going to bring about this positivity that's going to help bring abundance and help bring a future and help bring a life and help bring love to your world, right? Whereas if you think negatively all the time, all that's going to happen is bad luck. All that's going to happen is negative. Negativity is going to run rampant in your life, right? With the Six of Pentacles here, I see that the Six of Pentacles here, there's some sort of balance. Some of you are so concerned and worried about what other people have that you're not paying attention to the good things around you. You're not paying attention to the blessings that are around you. You're more focused on what you don't have, what you want, what you wish to achieve, rather than what you already have and being grateful for the things that are in your life. You need to be more grateful. For some of you, I'm hearing being grateful isn't just always saying thank you. It's the actions that come with it. They want you to know that you have two separate paths that you can take. There is the one where you're constantly always working and constantly fleeing and never being satisfied with the way that you live your life. And then the other one is being loved and having a family and being in a group, celebrating, being in culture, just loving the world around you. You have two different paths. The only thing that's standing in the way of those paths is yourself, is your thoughts, is the way that you carry yourself. Again, we have the Death card at the bottom of the deck, which speaks to rebirth. So now is truly the time for you to change who you are. Now is truly the time for you to be reborn into something bigger and something better and more loving for yourself so you can love someone else. I could keep going really, honestly, but we're just going to end this video here, and I'm going to go crochet. Last message is the Four of Swords. You do feel like there are people who are watching you, people who may not necessarily be taking care of you, but they're there. Sometimes that can make you feel stiff and rigid, like you're not good enough or you're not being good enough. But just because somebody's watching you doesn't mean that they're critiquing you. It doesn't mean that they're judging you. They could be cheering you on from the sidelines and you not even know. So, with that, I say adieu. I love you. All have a wonderful day, happy weekend, and a fantastic week.